Hi, it's a beautiful evening out here in Redland in Bristol, and I want to share with you how radical acceptance changed my life. From time to time, we're all going to find ourselves in situations we don't like, where we're going to come across challenges. Some people are going to be nasty to us. Things are going to happen we didn't expect and we certainly didn't want. Maybe the deal falls through, maybe the Wi-Fi doesn't work at the moment, or maybe the relationship ends. Maybe some other driver cuts us up on the road, or God forbid, like someone robs our house or something. We can always do things to make the chance of sticky situations less likely. We can put in an alarm system on our house. We can make effort to avoid so-called toxic people. We can try and protect ourselves as much as possible, and we can try to avoid potentially dangerous situations. However, we all know not everything always goes to plan. And no doubt, when bad things happen, it can feel stressful, especially when it's something really nasty like the loss of a loved one or a family member. It can be very, very painful. But I want to share with you something that's really helped me, something that helps me through the day-to-day challenges of life, and something that's helped me through my darkest moments, to be honest, and that is radical acceptance. So, what is radical acceptance? It's a process where we, in practice, internally accepting each and every situation we find ourselves in. It doesn't mean that we necessarily externally accept everything. Like, it doesn't mean we let people walk all over us. Of course, there are many situations where we might have to take action, situations we might have to remove ourselves from, or people that we might have to say a stern no to. But it's the internal response to these situations that really matters. When we keep internally resisting everything we don't like or we didn't expect, we set up this stress response. And it's that stress response that promotes the release of stress hormones like cortisol, which, when we have constant and continuous high levels of, that leads to all kinds of problems. Chronic stress can lead to weight gain, anxiety, sleep disorders, and even disease. Then, there's also the time it takes us to move from being really upset about a situation to completely accepting it and moving on. I get it, we're all human, and certain things that happen are always gonna hurt. For example, when a long-term relationship ends, it's gonna hurt. I mean, believe me, I've been there. However, practicing radical acceptance reduces the time it takes to move from a place where we're like really stressed about something to a place where we've figured out what we can change about it and what we can't. We can just act on the facts of the situation, where we've learned all the lessons we need to learn, and we've arrived at a place of being okay, a place of being at peace again. Practicing radical acceptance is avoiding a life where we internally react to every little thing we don't like, the things that people say, and all the little inconveniences. It's the difference between creating chronic stress and living a life of peace and flow, even when not everything goes to plan. And it's a skill that requires practice like any other. It requires repetition until you get better and better at doing this. And as you do, you bring a greater sense of ease into your life. So, how do you start this? You can start, like I did, by starting to notice all the little internal reactions to things that seem to go wrong, noticing the subtle response in the body that can sometimes feel like tension or heat, and you can bring your focus back to the breath and breathe and let the tension go. You can repeat mantras to yourself like, "It is what it is," or "This too shall pass" is one that a lot of people like. It comes with realizing that yes, sometimes what that person said perhaps wasn't right, and sometimes the situation isn't fair, but what isn't fair to you is needlessly suffering more than you have to, or needlessly stressing your body and mind over things you can't always and can't often control. It really helps to make this a regular practice, noticing when you're like internally saying no to things and turning it into an inner yes, bringing more acceptance into your life, starting with the little things. With regular practice, the process of doing this gets easier and easier. The neurological pathways that make acceptance more likely, they get strengthened. And it leads to a place where you feel at peace with things quicker, reducing times of stress and bringing more ease and flow and joy into your life. So with that being said, I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, I'm a new channel, so don't forget to subscribe. Cheers, peace.